Hi everyone, it's Caitlyn Kramer, your 2019-2020 National All-American Miss. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. You guys sent in some questions that you want me to answer, so I'll be doing that. But be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video because I will also be announcing my NAM summer tour dates. I know that a lot of you guys have been asking about those, so I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. So I'm gonna jump right into the video. I have my laptop here, I have my questions, and we're gonna start answering these for you because you guys sent in a lot. So the first question that I got is, how long have you been with NAM? So I've been competing with NAM since 2005. So that is when I was a princess contestant and I've been with it ever since. Do you work with a pageant coach? So I worked with Jeremy Monolux this past year. He was really great. He helped me with introduction and interview, and I just felt that it was a really good experience. I learned a lot from him and he really helped me to achieve my goal. And this was the second year that I worked with him, but prior to that, I didn't work with a coach. So either way, it works for people. Some people like working with a coach, some people like working on their own, but you can be successful either way. The next question that I got is, what is your favorite post-pageant meal? So for some reason, after every finale, whether it's at the state or national level, me and my family love to eat at the Host Hotel restaurant. So that's my favorite post-pageant meal. I don't have anything specific that I get, but every time that I go, I find something new that I like. So it's kind of my favorite meal personally. How'd you get started in pageantry? So I actually participated in this local pageant that my city had. It wasn't really like a big grand pageant, it was just something small, and then I got the letter in the mail like a lot of you guys do, and I just decided to compete in National American Miss, and I fell in love with it and been with it ever since. How have pageants had a good effect on you? Pageants have definitely built my confidence. I was always really confident and outgoing when I was younger, but it's just really built that and taking that to another level. It's given me skills that I can use, and it's also given me a lot of connections in terms of finding a lot of different friends from different places and meeting girls that I probably would have never met if it wasn't for pageantry. How did you feel when you were in the final two? So I was in the final two with Allison. She's also from Arizona, and we've known each other since I was pretty much little. And it was just really an amazing experience, and it was so special to share that moment with her. And I just felt so thankful to be in that moment, and it was just really special, and it's something I really will not forget. And I also got asked, how did you feel when you heard your name called for the national title? Guys, this is I can't even begin to explain how I felt. I was so happy, I was so excited, I was really overwhelmed with a lot of emotion just because it was something I have worked so long and hard for. So to finally hear your name called was just, I can't even put into words how I was feeling, and I really hope that if this is something that you want, if a national title and representing National American Miss is something that you're wanting to do, I really hope that you get that moment because it is really special and it's something that you won't forget. What are two things that someone can do to prepare for a pageant if they're new to pageants? So I would definitely read everything. National American Miss does a really good job of writing everything out that you need in order to be successful for your competition, so read all of that. Also, if you have a question about something, don't be afraid to call the national headquarters. They can answer that for you, or reach out to any of the queens. And I would also say practice a lot. You want to feel really prepared when you go to compete. So practice, ask your family and friends to ask you questions, for them to listen to your introduction speech and your formal wear walk, and just practice as much so that when you get to the pageant, you feel really prepared. How do you balance college life and pageantry? So since I have been in college, I have had a title with National American Miss, whether it was a state title, city title, or a national title. And the best way that you can balance it all is having a planner and writing everything down. So writing down your pageant events and the things that you need to do, to whether it's practicing or whether it's, volunteering, different things like that. And then of course writing your school assignments out and really allocating the right amount of time for both so that you're able to do both successfully. What has been your favorite place to travel with NAM? So I really loved going to the Houston NAM photo shoot in Texas. It was so much fun, and it was so special because it was the first time that all of my sister queens and I were all together for the very first time, and it was just a really nice experience. I loved Texas, and I may or may not be coming back this summer for a state pageant or two, who knows. Let's see, my next question that I got is then, what are some of your favorite memories at NAM Nationals? So one of my favorite memories was definitely meeting Sarah Rose Summers for the very first time. That was really cool just because you see her, she's also a former Miss USA for those of you who don't know, and she was really sweet and kind, and I met her at the NAM PJ party like a lot of you guys did, and then also right after I won, when I went in to sign my contract and things like that, she just sat down and talked to me, and I just thought it was really nice of her to do that. She was very kind, and I really thought that was special. And overall, my experience at Nationals was really special because of the girls that I was with, both the All-American queens and the state queens. All the girls were really nice, and I just had tons of fun, and I got to be with my best friends, and it was just a really fun experience. So I think with NAM, anything that happened at Nationals was like my favorite memory. Next are some questions that you guys asked me about competitions, just some advice that you guys wanted. So somebody said, what can I expect for the appointed representative program interview? So I did make a whole video about the appointed representative program interview process, so definitely go check that out. And what you can expect, so my interview was over the phone, and they pretty much just asked me get to know you questions. And they didn't ask me, you know, anything that was really hard or anything. All the questions were to get to know me. So you can expect them to ask you questions like, what do you want to do in the future? Tell me something interesting about you. They might ask you why you wanted to go into a particular career path, things like that. Nothing hard. So don't be nervous about it. Just really show your personality and have fun with it. How many times can be crowned National American Miss? So you can only be National American Miss for each age division. So you can only win once at the state level for an age division and once at the state level or at the national level for an age division. So for example, since I'm National All-American Miss, I can't come back next year and compete for National All-American Miss. You can only do it once. I wish you could do it multiple times, but you can only do it once. What are the judges looking for in a queen? I think whether it is city, state, or national level, I think they're genuinely looking for somebody who's authentic and who is being herself. So that means in every area of competition, whether it's formal wear, introduction, or interview, she is herself and they can tell. And I think that that's important because when you are a representative, when you are a queen, you're interacting with other people and they want to see who you are on an every day-to-day basis. And that's who they want to see. So I really just think that being authentic and being yourself is the best thing that you can do because that is what I believe that they are looking for. Tips on how to write a good 30-second intro. So this is really important. You get 30 seconds for your introduction. So what I do is I always find 2 or 3 things that I think either make me stand out amongst other people, that I want the judges to really know about me, or just something that I'm passionate about. And then with the required things that you're supposed to say, like your name, your hometown, and something interesting about you, kind of combined all those together. And because you're only picking 2 or 3 things, I think that that works best, because in the past I would try to cram all of the things that I've accomplished in a 30-second or so introduction, and I felt like I did better when I only picked certain things, because then the judges could really focus on what I was talking about instead of all these different things. Because remember, you write it down on your resume and that gives you an opportunity to talk about those things in your interview. So I would definitely say pick 2 or 3 things that you're really passionate about that help you stand out, or just something that you want the judges to know about you, and kind of base your introduction around that. Let's see, how do I improve my formal wear score? It's my lowest scored competition. So this is something I definitely relate to. Formal wear was my area of competition that I struggle with the most, competing with National American Miss. I walk too fast. I don't know, I would walk too fast. I don't know, it was just not my strong suit. My introduction and my interview skills were way better and my scores were way better, but formal was something that I struggled with. And I think the first thing that can really help is finding a gown that you really like and not that you think, you know, that the judges will like. So for me, I found a gown, you know, my gown was black and it had frills, but it was simple, but it had a little bit of sparkles. It wasn't, you know, the typical pageant dress where, you know, has a lot of sparkles. It really reflected who I was. And because of that, I felt I was able to perform my best and be myself on stage. And you definitely have to show that confidence. Practice in your shoes as well. And I think it's just really finding a gown that makes you feel like yourself and that makes you feel confident and proud. And that will definitely have an effect on your interview score, because if you feel confident, you'll show that you're confident and then the judges will see that as well. What is your number one piece of advice to contestants? I definitely say to take in the experience and have fun. I know that when you're competing, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming because you're trying to remember everything and you have to get your hair and makeup done and you have to get your outfits on, but have fun. Remember to sit back and have fun and enjoy the experience, because if you're enjoying yourself at the competition, it'll show on stage and it'll just really go over well with the judges as well, because they'll see, oh, she's having so much fun and, you know, she really enjoys doing this. So be sure to have fun while you're competing, even though, you know, you still want to reach your goals and everything, but you can have fun along the way. All right, I'm down to my last two questions. So I got asked, what are the biggest keys to success in pageantry? So one of the biggest keys is definitely practicing. I cannot emphasize this enough. You have to practice. You know, you want to feel prepared, because if you're feeling prepared, you're not going to be as nervous, because you're going to know, I can do this and I've done this, you know, 1,000 times, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to focus on having fun rather than trying to remember my intro or, you know, remember everything that I need to perform where. Practice, because once you feel prepared, you can just go out there, have fun, and enjoy the experience. I think that a lot of times we sometimes get in our heads when we're competing, but just enjoy it and have fun. The last question that I got is suggestions on how to raise your sponsorship fee in quarantine. So right now we are in quarantine. For a lot of us, there's, you know, a lot going on in the world right now, and it's still important that you raise your sponsorship fee. So Brienne, who is a state director, she's actually my state director, posted a really great video on her IGTV. So be sure to go and follow her. She did a whole video on really good ways to raise money during this time. Things that I did is I did like an online raffle. So I had something that I was raffling off. I had people pay me through either PayPal or Venmo, and I raised, you know, tickets through that, did the raffled off items, and that's something easy that you can do from your home. I definitely think just reaching out to family and friends, writing a letter and sending them out to different businesses and asking them to support you and why National American is important to you and the goals that you want to accomplish at the pageant. I think just reaching out to people is the best way to do it, but I definitely think that if you go to Brienne's video, she explains it so much better and you will get a lot of great ideas, and just starting that as soon as possible, that way you have that time. So I got asked a lot more questions. I may be doing a part 2 to this video. I'm not really sure, but I got so many questions, but those were the ones that stood out to me the most. So I'm going to now announce my NEM summer tour states that I will be going to. So I have my list right here and I'm gonna announce them. So I will be kicking off my NAM summer tour at the Louisiana and Mississippi state pageants. I'm so excited for that. Never been to Baton Rouge, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm also going to be going to North and South Carolina. I actually was born in North Carolina, so super excited to be going back there. I think that's going to be lots of fun. This is one of the state pageants that I wanted to go to, which is the New York State Pageant. Really excited, can't wait to see you guys there. I also will be going to Nebraska and Iowa, so I'm really looking forward to that. And you guys already know that I'm going to be at the Arizona-Nevada State Pageant. I'm from Arizona, so I will definitely see you guys there. It's my home, and I love the Arizona State Pageant, so of course I'm gonna be there. I will also be at the Ohio State Pageant. I've been to Ohio before, but it's been a really long time, so that'll be lots of fun. I will also be going to my neighboring state of California. Now, remember, California got moved, so I will be going to that. And I also will be going to South Texas. So I'll be back in Houston, Texas. Really excited for that. And finally, I will be going to the Oregon and Washington State Pageant. I'm really excited about that because that's one of the several states that actually has a Miss Division. So that will be lots of fun. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and watching my Q&A. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that I was able to answer some questions that you had for me. I hope that you are excited and that I get to see some of you guys at your state pageant. I can't wait to start traveling and to see you guys accomplish your goals. But for right now, if you just want to stay connected with me, you can follow me on my Instagram title holder page at the NAM AA Miss, or you can follow me on my personal page at Caitlyn Kramer. But until then, I will see you guys later. I hope you guys stay safe and can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.